Town. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
Pull up to the slum with a dope in my hand. Pull up to the slum with a dope in my hand. Pull up to the slab with a dope in my hand. Pull up to the slab with a dope in my hand. Buddy, what a girl told us at the BB halfway. Buddy, what a grand told us at the BB halfway. Buddy, what a grand told us at the BB halfway. Buddy, what a grand told us at the BB halfway. Pulling up the Hollywood Heights, fit the back to work in the track crib. T-Babito got the antidote, serve everybody in a 2-6. Met a nigga halfway, unfamiliar face, tell me who the fuck is this? Started off in the Ville with a Molly pill, need a plug for the brick. Dope on my hand, I serve it a grab. I Joe with my fam, we push up a lab. But a color wrist while a nigga whip. I done spit the lean, try to take a sip. 45, 40 falling off the hill, bitch, it Honda, same color crib. Pull up to the slum with a dope in my hand. Pull up to the slum with a dope in my hand. Pull up to the slab with a dope in my hand. Pull up to the slab with a dope in my hand. Buddy, what a girl told us at the BB halfway. Buddy, what a grand told us at the BB halfway. Buddy, what a grand told us at the BB halfway. Buddy, what a grand told us at the BB halfway.
What I have proven to the people is that Tariq Nasheed can do no wrong. He can do something similar to what I did in the form of a video. As a matter of fact, this man has went beyond what I have ever did in the form of a satire video. He has talked about people. He has talked about people's family members. He has even went beyond that and really did some very upsetting things. None of his followers or supporters ever called him out on it. They never went to his comment section and said, you know what, Tariq Nasheed, you're wrong for this. You're wrong for this. But they can come to my comment section and say, you know what, you're wrong. I can't believe you're talking about that man's family. But you have never went to his comment section and said, Tariq Nasheed, stop talking about Tommy Sotomayor's family. Stop talking about this person's family and stop talking about that person's family. What I have just proven to the people and anybody who chooses to listen to this video is that when it comes to Tariq Nasheed, they're biased. He can do anything that he wants to. He can say anything that he wants to, and he will never be wrong. But anybody else, you're wrong. The people that found their way inside my comment section, you were very upset that I made fun of him because so many people were laughing at what I did. They were laughing at that nigga. And it's very hurtful to have somebody that you support be made fun of, isn't it? You didn't laugh, did you? You were about ready to cry. The ones that run to the comment section trying to take up for that nigga. Let me give you some information that you may or may not know. Would he do the same for you? Would he ever really do the same for you? Would he defend you and your family? No, he wouldn't. He don't care. This man is on a mission for money. In case you hadn't noticed that lately, this man is doing the same thing that he criticized others for doing. Only just last year. Especially going against Tommy Sotomayor. Oh, I can't stand when Tommy begs. GoFundMe this and GoFundMe that. Donate. That came from Tariq Nasheed, but now he's doing the same thing, and nobody finds that wrong. Nobody finds anything that he's doing that's the same thing that Tommy has always been doing to be wrong. Simply because that's Tariq Nasheed, right? When it comes to him, hey, it's okay. He can do whatever he wants to do because he is Tariq Nasheed. All he has to do is just every once in a while talk about something serious. And that makes up for every bad thing that he has ever done and ever will do in the future. Simply because every once in a while he decides to call somebody a racist, call somebody a white supremacist, when indeed he is the white supremacist. He is keeping you down more than any white supremacist that I have ever known. Do you see any white supremacists that you know of begging you for money? Do you see them begging you for money? Concerning some documentary that they want to write? Do you see them asking you for money concerning some other project that they want to do? Huh? We're talking about money that's hard to come by when it comes to black people in the first place. We're talking about the majority of black people that can barely make ends meet. And you mean to tell me that you want to take from them? So what little they have, you willing to even take that too? Tell me that that isn't heartless. That's heartless. This man has no heart. He even wants your last fucking dime because he's desperate. I told you that he would be desperate. I also told you that he would be coming out with Hidden Colors 5. How did I know? Did he call me up on the phone and say, hey, I just want to let you know that I'm coming out with Hidden Colors 5. Go ahead and tell the people way before I even, tell my own audience. How did I know? Lucky guess. I've been lucky a few times, haven't I? As a matter of fact, I've been lucky so much, damn. Lucky must be my middle fucking name. Because everything that I've ever said about this motherfucker has came to fruition. But you don't want to study on that. You don't want to reflect on that. That makes too much sense. And you damn sure don't want anybody else listening to what I'm saying, receiving the real truth about these niggas, because you know why? Because then they start to think to themselves, you know what, self, I'm not giving any more money to these niggas ever again. Keyboard is right. This doesn't make any sense. You beg for money every single day. You've been on a begging session for more than 10 years and ain't shit changed. These niggas have been so-called hard at work for more than 20 years and ain't shit changed. That has got to tell you something. Someone told me the other day, they said, the Hidden Color series is something that's needed. How many more series do Tariq Nasheed have to come out with before the people recognize what's really going on out here? They already know what's really going on out here. The object of this game should be now is to prevent these things from happening. A documentary isn't going to prevent these things from happening, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to me good. A documentary, a movie, a YouTube video isn't going to stop these things from happening. We have to go to the next step. And the next step is what? Action. Writing and creating documentaries isn't any sort of action. They've been doing this bullshit for 20 years. It's just a source of income for this motherfucker and anybody else who decides to run the same fucking con game. Don't you see it? Don't you recognize it? I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. After 20 years, you have to. Something inside of you should have clicked already, a long time ago, years ago, saying, this is a con game. This man wants money. This is why he's willing to create documentaries every single year. In case you hadn't noticed, do you see any other documentary writers creating documentaries every year? I did a little research, and I'm talking about some of the top documentary writers. And what I researched is the space between the times that they actually created a documentary. Some of them went as long as 5 years between, 10 years between, but it wasn't a every year thing. See, it's very obvious why he creates these documentaries every year. And several times I've broken this down. He needs $100,000, at least $100,000 to maintain his lifestyle. I even warned you that he would be asking for more money concerning Hidden Colors 5 because he would promise that this would be better than Hidden Colors 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, how did I know that? Something's wrong, isn't it? How do I know all this information even before he presented it to you? Something's wrong. See, that's why more and more people are starting to listen to me. I backed off for a while. And the reason that I backed off is because I wanted you to have a moment to see what transpired. I gave it to you even before it happened, and I allowed you to reflect on this actually happening. And everything that I warned you about came to fruition. It's happening right now. I've had people recently apologize to me for not listening to me before now. It took several different bits of information before it actually came to light for these people to finally get it and finally understand that Tariq Nasheed is nothing but a con artist. He will use white supremacy. He will use racism. He will use whatever it takes to make a dollar. And apparently this man is in a desperate fucking situation. I mean, he really came out with the biggest lie I've ever heard him come out with ever, by saying that he has already invested $100,000 into Hidden Colors 5. Get the fuck out of here, man. Come on, man. Listen, look. Why are you so naive? Why don't you check on these things for yourself? Do the research. Just don't believe these people every time they start spewing lies out of their mouth, words out of their mouth, and you just start believing them. Well, Tariq Nasheed said so it's got to be true. I trust him. That nigga's God. You believe in that nigga more than you believe in yourself. And that is very unfortunate, I'm telling you. And that's also the reason why we are last. Yeah. You believe in con artists and thieves, crooks. That's who you put your faith in. That's who you support. That's who you give your fucking money to. But it's people out here that legitimately could use that money to help them, and you will walk over them every single time. You've been doing it for fucking years. At this point, I'm starting to believe you're doing it on purpose. So you can cut that "I didn't know" act out. You know good and well what's going on. You know wrong from right, and you know when you see wrong from right. So stop putting that fucking act on like you don't know no fucking better. Like you mentally retarded or something. You know what's going on out here. You're choosing sides. You're playing a fucking game. Your life is so destroyed and so shameful and worth nothing that you have taken to playing a fucking game, just like everybody else that chose this same thing. You're taking sides, and you're playing this thing called the YouTube game. Oh, I'm going to be on Tariq Nasheed's side. No, forget about him. I'm going to be on Tommy Sotomayor's side. No, forget about him. I'm going to be on Umar Johnson's side. Notice how they pair up. This group and that group, this group and that group. No unity, totally against each other. Meanwhile, nothing is changing. Things are getting worse than ever. But yet, somehow, Tariq Nasheed has convinced you that we need another documentary during these stressful and painful and upsetting times. That is going to fix everything. So this movie is going to put the white supremacists in his place and in her place. It's going to abolish racism. Just a fucking movie. Now, if 1, 2, and 3, and 4 didn't do it, what makes you think that 5 is going to do it? Huh? You know what? Let me get back to this. Because I want you to try to make sense of this bullshit. Recently, I put out a very hilarious video, and I'm not taking it down. So many of his followers and his supporters and people that give Tariq Nasheed money, they criticize my video against him and his family. And the reason that they said that they criticized this recent video is because I was talking about his family. I was making fun of him and other people, and that's wrong. If it's wrong, then I want you to call Tariq Nasheed out for the same wrong that he has done. He surpassed me in talking about people. Video after video of roasting people, making fun of people's families and everything else. But not once have you called him out for being wrong. But you found your way to my comment section to call me wrong. And I'm glad that you did, because I wanted everybody to witness this. I wanted everybody to be a witness to this, and they were. And now they see Tariq Nasheed can do no wrong. Whatever he does is just fine. But somebody else can do the same thing, and they will fucking crucify that person. What sense does that make? It makes no sense at all. That's why we don't pay attention to these people, because I'm telling you, they are insane. They don't realize what fools they make of each other by even showing up in the comment section. They should have thought to themselves, you know what? If I'm going to call this person out for this, damn, you know what? I got to call out the person that I support for the same thing. Makes no sense writing in his comment section calling him out when I haven't called Tariq Nasheed out. So you are admitting that you are playing a game. You are admitting that you don't care if Tariq Nasheed is wrong or not. You will never call him wrong, but you'll be willing to call anybody else wrong because you are against him. You're playing a fucking game. And while you're playing games out here, shit is getting worse than ever. Yourself and your families are going to suffer if you're not already suffering. Because you're wasting time. You're playing games. Your money should be headed in one direction, but it's going in another. And I can guarantee you it's going to catch up with you. Some of you, you're already experiencing the very thing that I'm talking about. You regret it, but it's nothing that you can do about it now. It's too late. And for the rest of you, it's coming. It's on its way. It's going to reach your doorstep. There's nothing that you can do about it. Nothing. You wasted all this time, wasted all this money, playing games, wasting time. So now you're going to have to pay the piper. And rightfully so. You made your own bed, now you have to lie in it. It's messy. It's all bumpy, it's all fucking disoriented. It's going to be very uncomfortable. I hate it for you. I really do. I hate it for you. 2019 is on its way. You don't have to worry about Tariq Nasheed, your precious Tariq Nasheed. They're going to take him off YouTube this year. He's going to be gone permanently. There's no use of him trying to come back and trying to hire lawyers and trying to do what Willie D did and it's not going to matter because they're going to stop AdSense as well. So you're fighting a losing battle. Somebody in the comment section said on a past video, they said, you know, you have been warning Tariq Nasheed for a long time and nothing has happened yet. Well, how many more times do you plan on warning him? As many times as it takes. I never gave you a date. I never said, hey, you know, this man is going to come to a total permanent end at this date and this such and such a fucking day and this such and such a time. Give it time. Why are you in a hurry for your leader to go down? It's going to happen. I know you're trying to prove that I don't know what I'm talking about, but how many times have I been right? I mean, details. Not just a lucky guess about something, but I'm talking about details. How could I have known that this man would ask for more money concerning Hidden Colors 5 than any other Hidden Colors series? How did I know that he would even come out with Hidden Colors 5? Directly after coming out with that Haitian documentary. And oh yeah, that reminds me. Next month, if everything goes right, I plan to have an interview with a few Haitians that live currently in Haiti. And we're going to talk about Tariq Nasheed and how much he has done for these people. Oh yeah. Yes. He's going to really love this one. Stay tuned. See, the truth has got to come out, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to be the one to bring it out. You can do what you feel like doing, trying to stop me. But I must warn you, everything under the sun has already been tried, and I'm still here. You hear me talking to you now, I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere. You can report me daily. You can quit your job and go full-time reporting me to YouTube. And it's still not going to change the fact that I'm bringing the truth to the people. I'm not stopping. We are at war with each other, and we are at war with the enemy that you know nothing about, apparently. That you know nothing about. Because if you really done your homework about the true enemy, you wouldn't be giving your money to Tariq Nasheed. You wouldn't. You wouldn't be doing the idiotic things that you have been doing for over 20 fucking years. You get behind Hidden Colors 5. Why? Is this going to change anything? I could see if this really was going to change racism. If it really was going to change white supremacy. I would get behind it too. This is just a source of income. A way for that man to make money. And the reason that he has chosen to have Brother Polite in it is because he thinks that Brother Polite can generate money. He'll have anybody in any of the Hidden Color series as long as he thinks that they can generate money. I heard he's having second thoughts now because the people, they have voiced their opinion about not having Brother Polite in this documentary. So what will he do? Will he just overlook them? See, he's thinking to himself now, you know what? These people, they are the ones that's giving me the money. I think I better listen to them. I think I better tell Brother Polite, listen, man, you know, hey, I tried, but, you know, they ain't gonna go for it. I ain't trying to mess up my money. You understand what I'm saying, man? I hope if this happens the way that I just said that it would, I hope that Brother Polite will do a video and out Tariq Nasheed. I hope he will be honest with the people and tell them everything that was said about that situation. You want to gain favor of the people once again, Brother Polite? Be honest with them. Give them the truth about what Tariq Nasheed presented to you concerning Hidden Colors 5. Because see, I already know it's about money. It's always about money. It has nothing to do with the content. The content is for you. The content is to draw you to the fucking movie or documentary or YouTube video in the first place. That's for you. That's not for them. They're not really concerned about that. But that's the trap. That's the cheese, in other words. And you are the mouse. And the trap has been set. These niggas are worried about money. They're not making the money that they were used to making 5 and 6 years ago. It's not flowing like that anymore. People are losing jobs. Their situations are getting tighter. So you have to understand in the first place, and I've said this time and time again, Tariq Nasheed and others like him, they totally depend on you for every damn dime. Where else will their money come from? They don't have jobs. This ain't no secondary thing. This ain't no part-time thing. It's a full-time thing for them. Their sources of income still, the money comes from you. If they sell a book, you have to buy it. That's where the money comes from. They create a documentary. What happens? You buy it. When they need help in creating the documentary, which they get you with this con game every time. I don't understand why you haven't figured this out yet. It doesn't take all that money to create a fucking movie, a documentary, a YouTube video that's simply interviewing a handful of people. And the rest is illustrations and cartoon and animation. And you mean to tell me that is worth $100,000? You gotta be kidding me, right? You really gotta be kidding me. So is he paying the people that he's interviewing $10,000 a fucking whop? Or is he trying to chalk that cost up to traveling? Well, I had to travel and go and interview Brother Polite, so, I always travel first class, so that was like $5,000 because I stayed a few days and I bought some pussy, that's another $5,000, and, I bought some fucking drugs, and that was another $5,000, and, I gambled, and that was another $10,000. Is that the cost? Or you mean to tell me that you're giving all this money to the people that you interview? Lucky them. Lucky them to be picked, to be interviewed. But you know what? Why did old boy turn it down then? If he knew that he would be paid a certain amount of money, and a lot of money apparently, why did he turn it down? This mysterious no-face YouTuber. Why did he turn it down? Professor Black Truth. That's one of his names. Why did he turn down being interviewed? I'll tell you, for 2 reasons. Number 1, he know that this shit is a scam. Number 2, he didn't want to expose who he really was. And to be interviewed, he would have to show himself. So he wasn't willing to sacrifice showing himself. So he turned it down. Number 3 that I could add in is he already knew that he wouldn't be receiving that enormous amount of money that Tariq Nasheed is trying to pass as a cost. One of these days, you're going to wake up, ladies and gentlemen. You will. I pray that it's not too late. I pray that this man hasn't taken every dime that you have and put you in one hell of a bad situation. I pray that you can catch on to this fucking scheme immediately. But you should have caught on to it years ago. This man is a begging machine. I never thought, or let me put it this way, 6, 7 years ago, you couldn't have told me that Tariq Nasheed would be begging. But I saw something, a break from the routine, 2 years ago that made me think about him coming to a begging session one day. And it was an interruption in the fucking money. It started with AdSense. And everybody had to endure that major hit to AdSense. But let me give you the reason why that hit took place in the first place. It wasn't just random. They just didn't decide, hey, you know what, let's interrupt AdSense for these fools out here, and because we love playing games. No. Because it also affected their income as well. The advertising companies, and I keep repeating myself over and over again, they have found another avenue, a better avenue, to earn even more money. The only reason why AdSense is still functioning right now, halfway functioning, is because they're waiting for the contract to be fulfilled. And I wish I knew the date and the time that this contract would come to an end. Because then you could make even more sense of why all this is happening. But this is 100% true, I'm telling you. The advertising companies, they have started to back out. And a lot of them, the contracts are already up. So when they took a hit, the hit meant that you wouldn't get as much money as you was getting before. Why is that? Why would that happen in the first place? Because the advertising companies have started to pull out. Their contracts have started to run out, and they didn't renew. So when they didn't renew, the money that they pay you every month would become less. That's common sense. But you don't want to own up to that truth. Because if you own up to that truth, then you would have to own up to this truth as well. Eventually, all the contracts will be up. And then what? No more money. They have found another avenue, I'm telling you. And it has to do with these celebrities. Why do you think all these celebrities are gravitating toward YouTube? Because the deal has already been made. They can generate millions of subscribers in less than 24 hours. Some of you out there have been at it for more than 20 years, and you still don't even have close to 1 million subscribers, and you never will. Even if you somehow made it to 1 million today, you wouldn't get $1 million. You wouldn't get anywhere near it. You would be angry as hell, because that's been your goal. Somehow you think, if I hit 1 million subscribers, I'm good. I can fucking retire. No. It's not enough advertising companies that's involved, that's still involved, for that to happen. You're done. You might as well just end your relationship with AdSense now. I wouldn't even wait for them to send me that Dear John and say, hey, AdSense is terminated. You're done. You're not even making what you could call pocket change right now. But somehow you're still trying to hold on to it? What is wrong with you? It's not going to get better. What you think, oh, the more people that join and the more people that sign up. No. It has to do with the advertising companies. That's how you get paid. Trying to explain this to these dummies, trying to get these dummies to really understand what's going on. It's like talking to a fucking wall. They don't understand it. They just know that 2 years ago they were making a certain amount, and now they're making less than pocket change. And somehow they're still trying to hold on to it. Fighting with each other and fucking reporting each other. And damn, just for the scraps. Like fucking ravaging fucking dogs fighting over a fucking pork chop sandwich. That's my pork chop sandwich. Nigga, get your hands off of it. I mean, come on, man. Show some dignity. Cut that shit loose and walk away from it. You should be able to make a living not having to depend on something like this. You follow people that depend on you, and you depend on, at some point it's going to run out. What will Tariq Nasheed do then, huh? Sell drugs? This is why he's trying to have his hand in any and everything. And then he wants you to feel as if he's doing you a favor by trying to create documentaries such as Hidden Colors 5, because he could be on the road with Mink Slide. Get the fuck out of here, man. You created, or are creating, but it's already created, but in the middle of creating Hidden Colors 5 because you need the fucking money, nigga. You didn't think I knew that? See, I'm not stupid like the rest of these motherfuckers are out here. And I can't say it all because there's a lot of people that know what's up. There's a lot of people that knew what was up even before I did. They turned me onto it. And what I really want to say to them is, you are the reason that the truth is even coming out in the first place. And we need more and more and more and more of you to spread the truth. Don't be afraid, man. Just, if you don't want to create videos, do something else. But be active. The truth needs to be heard. The truth needs to be told. Don't just sit on it. Do not just sit on it. Well, people like Tariq Nasheed will always be able to swindle somebody. Because they won't know no better. Because some of these people, a small percentage, they really think that this nigga is really trying to fight against white supremacy. They really do. They really think that this man really cares about racism. And listen, just because you talk about something doesn't mean that you really care about that something. You talk about it because you want the people to hear you talking about it, because those same people are the ones that donate money to you when you decide to do these stupid fucking projects like Hidden Colors 5, y'all. It's going to be the best. It's going to be better than all the rest. I'm telling you. This time I'm going to have 4 illustrations instead of 3. So that's why you're going to have to give me $500,000. $500,000 this time. That nigga is trying to get that $1 million that I first mentioned 3 years ago. Umar Johnson tried it. He tried to get that $1 million too. I'm telling you, these niggas trying to get out because they understand this is coming to an end. They trying to do that last fucking scam. That last scam that can pull off more money so they can go ahead somewhere and disappear. I guarantee you, this man raised $500,000. You ain't gonna see no Hidden Colors 5. You ain't gonna see shit. That nigga will make something up in a minute and this a fucking peer. I'm trying to tell you. This nigga's begging for money every fucking day. He's going live every day. He's doing everything that he once claimed to be against. But how can you defend somebody like that, man? So what are you going to say? Well, he's just, hey, you know what? Just 2 years ago, he was against all this. He was talking about this very thing. People going live every day and people begging for money every day. See, I don't do that. Yeah, really? But that's exactly what you're doing. As a matter of fact, you're even worse than Tommy Sotomayor. It's almost pathetic how you're begging. Come on, people. Look, I need y'all to stay on the ball. Cause one time I thought he was just going to come out and just be truthful and say, look, damn, I got to pay my bills. Damn, they get ready to take my fucking house. Damn, I need that money. Damn. Like a fucking fiend, man. I'm telling you. He sound like a fucking fiend. And you steady pumping money to this fucking crackhead ass fucking nigga. Damn. Where does the world come to, man? It has gone to fucking shit. Stop giving this nigga fucking money, man. It's not going to change racism. It's not going to change white supremacy. It's not going to change anything except changing something for his status. I can guarantee you, he take up that money, he going on vacation. Then what you going to say? Well, everybody deserves a vacation. I mean, it's just a coincidence that he's going right after he collected the money with you. I mean, yeah. How many times am I going to be right? How many times am I going to call something out and then he does it, huh? And then you just simply ignore it. Like I never said it. He never said that. You niggas are something else, man. I'm telling you. You would band together and give this nigga $500,000 or $200,000 or whatever the fucking end amount would be. But you can't band together and on a legitimate cause. You can't band together right now and take up money and let it be $200,000 or $300,000 to go toward something that really counts. No. You wouldn't give a dime. Somebody could be taking up money to try and open up shelters, our own shelters for black people. And in those shelters have job placement and psychologists, medical, everything that they need to get back on their feet. You would turn it down flat. You would call that a scam. No, them niggas scamming. I know it. Them niggas scamming. Them niggas begging for money every day. They scamming. Tariq Nasheed can do it. It's okay. Well, see, you niggas are hypocrites, man. You niggas are fucking hypocrites. I hope it gets so fucking bad for you that you can't stand it and you commit suicide. Normally, I wouldn't have said anything like that. But you are the reason that we have no progress. You are the reason that so many people are starving right now and can't get help. You refuse to help them, but you will give all your money to Tariq Nasheed. That don't make any sense, you fucking stupid, degenerate ass fucking niggas. You stupid, fucked up in the head niggas, man. I'm telling you. You run to the comment section, you talk all this fucking shit, and you make fools of yourselves, man. Just like you try to criticize me on my recent video, but then Tariq Nasheed has done even beyond what that video is. He never said nothing to him. And the fact that I'm bringing it up now, I guarantee you ain't going to mention it in the comment section. Because you're going to think about it with your bird brain and you're going to finally get it. Oh, damn, he right. Damn, he exactly right. Damn, well, I can't say nothing else about that. Oh, I know. I'll run to the comment section. I'll say, fuck you, nigga.